This is CD, and today's problem is minimize the maximum difference of pairs. And for this, they have given you an integer, and they have also given you the index p, the integer p. That is the number of pairs that you'll be forming, and you have to find the maximum difference amongst the minimized pairs. Okay, and they have also given the condition to ensure that no index appears more than once amongst the pairs. Like when you are forming the pairs, there should be no any repetition of the index where you form the pair. Okay. If you don't understand the question, I'll explain you. This is the first example they have given you. For this, first I'll be sorting an array. So when we sort in ascending order, the array becomes, yeah. So after that, we have to find the difference between the pairs. For this, first I'll be finding the difference between 1 and 1. First, first one is this one from the index 1, and I'll be minusing the previous element. So 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. And again, 2 minus 1, the difference will be 1, right? And again, 3 minus 2, the difference will be again 1. And 7 minus 3, the difference will be 4. And 10 minus 7, the difference will be 3. Okay, for this you have to find which are the minimum pairs, like which has a minimum difference. It's 0 and 1, and this you have to take the maximum difference. Like in the minimum different pairs, you have to find the maximum value. So the maximum value would be 1, and you'll be returning 1. I didn't consider this because the index is being repeated, so you cannot consider it. And you'll be finding the minimum difference between the pairs, and in that you'll be finding the maximum one. I hope you understood. And now we'll move on to the problem and how we solve this. I'll be using binary search algorithm so that first we'll be sorting it. Before that, if uh, the, the length of the array is equal to 1, you'll be returning 0. Okay, so that will be the initial condition. Then you'll be um, returning a result finally, so that I'll initialize that with 0. And for binary search, you have to sort the elements. So I'll be sorting. Next, for binary search, where we'll be using right and left, and we'll be finding the mid element by right plus left by 2. And for this, we'll be finding the values. We'll be working with the values. So initially, for the lower value, I'll be setting 0, and for the highest value, we'll be getting the highest difference. For getting the highest difference, we'll be minusing the last element and the first element. So for that for that difference, I'll be using the last element, and I'll be minusing it with the first element. Okay, so now I have set with the range. Now I should initialize the binary search with while loop. Same. In binary search, we'll have a condition where the left should not exceed the right one. So here we also have the same condition. The lower value should not exceed the higher value. So it starts with the condition like that. And now I'll get the mid element. For mid element, you'll be using the same formula: low, less right, I mean high, high 2. Okay. And we'll be having a count for the pairs where you'll find between the range. So I'll initialize the count to 0. And now I have to iterate with the length. So first I'll initialize an pointer I for 1. So it will be start pointing from 1. And this I'll use another while loop, okay, for iterating, where I should be less than the length of the array. Now you'll be checking if nums of I minus nums of I minus 1 should be less than or less than mid. Like if in that search I have shown you that we'll be iterating between one, see this one and this one. It starts with the condition 1 at index 1. So I'm initializing it with I is equal to 1, and you'll be finding the difference, and you'll be checking it with the mid value. Okay. When it is lesser than the mid, you'll be counting. You'll be counting the pair, and you have to like you cannot, after counting you cannot go to the element 2, you'll be going to 3. So you'll be iterating with I plus 2 element. It will be moving to that element. Okay, skip to the next element. And another else condition would be I plus plus. If you don't find any pairs, you'll be just moving to the next element, so that is I plus plus. Okay. Now after this, there is another condition there. You have to check whether the pairs you have counted, it should be greater than or equal to the number of pairs they have given. Like they have given the integer p, no, which is equal to 2. So that you'll be checking with that. And for that, count should be greater than or equal to p. Okay. And now where you found the result, where you first initialize with 0, you can update it with the mid value. Okay. Now, so once you have updated, you can reduce the range, no, so you'll be minusing it with 1. If else you don't find the range between them, you'll be uh, updating the range. So low is equal to mid plus 1. Like high is equal to mid minus 1 is you'll be searching in the range of the left half. And low mid plus 1 is up. This update is to search in the range of the right half. Okay, we'll just keep on changing the ranges so that you find the answer. Now after that, you'll be returning the result. Some problem. Here, I didn't consider the mid one, so less than or equal to mid. And now I think it'll work. Just make sure when you just doing having conditions with the elements, you're just including the range, the last range of the element, because most of the time I just leave. And here you'll be counting, um, and the count is greater than or equal to the pairs. So now it should work. Yeah, it works. I hope you guys understood. If you find any difficulties, please reach me out in the comment section. Thank you.